How did I get that stuck up there? Ah, cue the music. So first up is Fence Pack. This is by Monkey Funky, 4.75 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under fences. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 different fences, obviously all in the fence category. Now some have got gates and some haven't. Obviously you click them down, drag them out, jobs are good 'em. Now what we have got here is the fence and then a gate just here. It's a little picket fence for you. The second one is going to be like a wire fence. That didn't come with a gate. The third one is a picket fence with some concrete blocks. Alright, fair enough. That did have a gate, which is alright. The fourth one is going to be... I'm going to say you see these as sort of like, you know, if you're in the forest on like a forest walk, that sort of fence. And then obviously we've got a gate there as well. Why am I'm getting blocked here. That's better. Open up that door like that. Well, I say door, it's a gate anyway. We then got another, I'm going to say it's a fence. It's more like a pedestrian cordoning off area. You got the wire in between some concrete posts. We then got what a slatted fence. We'll call it that anyway. That didn't come with a gate either. And then we got this one here, which I would say is probably at home going around some sort of cow barn. Yeah, that sort of feel to it. Now you have different sections on here. So you've got section 1, which is the long ones. Section 2 is the 2 short ones. You then got section 3, which is a gate, which opens up that one. Section 4 is going to be the double gate. And section 5 is the old, what would we call that? The cattle grid. That's the word for it. Alright, fair enough. Decorate your farm as you see fit. Next up is Luminous Candles. This is by Agricovolution, 0.42 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under lights. Now, we've got 2 different versions here. It's going to have a blue light and a orange light. Both going to cost you the same, 20 to put down, and they are going to be blinking all day, all night, no problem. Now, these are going to be for your roleplay. Yeah, and what I've got set up over here is exactly what I'm on about. Oh no, we've had a car, it's rolled over. They've rolled it. The police are on the scene. They've coned the area off just to make sure people are staying away from it nice and safe. Alright, fair enough. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, that car wasn't easy to roll, but alright, fair enough. I mean, if you're into your roleplay situations, obviously these coning out the area, they're awesome. You got the blue ones for like a police hazard, and then the orange ones for maybe some like construction works. If you've got like some pallets of wood or whatever, and you want people to not crash into them, yeah, put a couple of these out. Jobs are good. Right, next up is Farm Factory. This is by Atena, 29.62 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under factories. Now, we've got 2 different versions here. We've got a 50 grand version, and then we've got another 50 grand version, but they're going to be doing things slightly different. So the first one is going to be making basically all your products that you could normally make on the old farmyard, and then the second one is going to be making all the stuff to make it, you know, your field work and all that sort of thing. So the first one you're going to chuck down, obviously you've got your loading in point and taking out point just here of certain products. You also got a pallet spawn point just there. So in here you'll be making all these. So you got your bread, your buffalo milk, you get the idea. All the usual production chain shenanigans is going to be going on in this one. Right, fair enough. Now, if you didn't fancy that one and you fancied the other one, well, you can come over here. You got your taking out point of the spout. You got your loading in point just there of the old, well, I like to call that Hoover, because, you know, it sucks it all up and takes it in. All right, fair enough. Production chain menu is just here. So it's going to be doing, well, what you need to keep things going. You've got your seeds, you've got your chaff, you've got pig food you can make there. Yeah, that sort of thing. You know, field work shenanigans plus a bit of animal feed. Yeah, we'll go with that anyway. I mean, mineral feed. No, we'll leave that one alone. I mean, you've got plenty of recipes for your TMR as well. Actually, that's been said. So, hay and silage. Not bad. Hay and silage again. Just hay and silage, to be fair. Oh, that one needs straw, animal mineral feed. That was just hay and silage. And that was hay and silage and straw. So, you got the best recipe. Hay and silage for your TMR. Jobs are good. I mean, if you want the old industrial look for getting your farm shenanigans on the go, yeah, put one of these down. Next up is Agrohandler Workshop. This is by Rabe, 18.37 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under tools. Now, it's going to cost you 75 grand to place down, and I will say this, put it down with the old free place mode off. I put my teeth in, because when you get it out, it's there, it's hovering. Great, because it's got a couple of little pits for the old workshop just there. If you toggle it on, yeah, you're going to have it floating in the air. So just bear that in mind. All right, fair enough. So you've got the old workshop itself. So we'll open up this door like that. There we are. I mean, inside is going to be the dealership side. I mean, these are just for decoration. You can't get in them. All right, fair enough. Liking the old black beauties there. That is all right indeed. So in here is going to be your main reception area. What have we got there? It's a little fish pond. Little fish tank. Oh, I like that. That is all right indeed. I mean, you got the desk here, so you could go down the old role play scenario, you know, taking people's vehicles in, fixing them all up. That's all right. Then obviously you got this door that goes to the outside for the old pedestrians to come through. Then we've got these two doors that's going to go into your main workshop. Now, as I said, it's got these two pits here, so you could potentially bring a tractor in, then go underneath and fix it all up. Oh, fair enough indeed. You got your workshop trigger just there. I mean, you could chalk up some stuff on the wall. Oh, I like that. I like that indeed. Now, obviously, because that's got those bits in the floor as well, if we go and demolish, there we are, or sell it off even, we're now going to be left with this. So just bear that in mind. If you ever sell the building, you are going to need to fill it in, or maybe just put some steps up to that. Entirely up to you. Right, next up is EU Factories. This is by DMI 20mm Normandy, 10.8 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under factories. So we've got two different versions here. So for 70 grand, you can get yourself a dairy, and then for 96 grand, you can get yourself a grain mill. Now, obviously, you're going to have your pallet spawn point at front just there, loading in point there, and there you've got to have your loading in, well, you got your production chain, sorry, just there. So you can be doing the usual shenanigans, so your butter, your cheese, and your chocolate. Well, that being said, it's only needing, well, milk and sugar, so like normal. Fair enough. And it's only going to be doing your cow cheese. So this is like FS22. Because that only had three things. You know, not got any buffalo cheese or buffalo milk or anything like that. Okay, maybe it's a bit of a throwback to 22, but okay, fair enough. You then got your grain mill, so you got your pallet spawn point just here. You got your loading in point just there. And you got your production chain menu right here. And I think this is strange because the previous one only had FS22 style ingredients that you can make in it. This should have the same. But this has got the rice flour in it. Alright, fair enough. It is what it is. I mean, obviously, these have come from 22, so I remember these coming out, no problem. I mean, they do look good. You know, European style. I say European style. I say old European style. Definitely. Alright, getting on the go. Right, next up is Silos Pack. This is by DD My Passion, 2.08 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under two different places. So first off, we have got the containers section. So it's going to be your buy-inable silos. We've got a 35,000 litre capacity for 10 grand, or you could go for this one, which is also 10 grand. That's got a 10 million litre capacity. Oh, why not? Why not indeed? And you may be thinking that 10 million litre one looks a little different. That's because on all these, you can change the colours. You go customization and then click on colour. You go for whichever one you like. It's going to give the metal parts a little hue of the colour that you pick. Right, fair enough. Now, if we go into silos and we're going to have the other two. So there we are, similar sort of thing. It's going to be 10 grand to buy for both of them. And you've got 35,000 litre. And then your 10 million litre capacity for that one. But what's the difference then? Let's be having a little look. So you got your load in and load out points at the same one. Then come across to here. You got refill silo. So wheat, barley, oats, canola, sorghum. So you're going to have your usual, I'd say field crops. Yeah, we'll go with that. So this one is going to be, oh, that's going to be the same. All right, fair enough. So then can we come across to this one and fill these up? Okay, so they're all exactly the same. So I'm not quite sure why we've got some in the containers and some in the silos, because You got a 10 million litre and a 35,000 litre in the silos, and then the same again in the containers, and they all do exactly the same. That's just random, but all right, fair enough. I mean, the 10 milliliter one, that is all right. That is all right indeed. Right, next up is Sheep Shed. This is by CB Modding, 16.85 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under sheep. Now, it's going to cost you 20 grand to buy. Although, saying that, right, I'll put it down, and it's saying it's got 100 capacity. Unless I've completely missed putting the sheep in. I only got 52, but okay, fair enough. You then got your pallet spawn for you all just there. Your animal dialogue box here. I mean, all right, chill, bro. What's going on? Dear oh dear. I mean, it's saying 52. Well, I fitted 52 in. Look, it says there. All right, so that's one we're looking at. Sheep pasture. Great. No problem. It's saying 100. I can only fit 52 in. I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, you can expand the fence at the back, but normally the figure that's quoted in the shop is what you can get as standard. But all right, it is what it is. You then got your food going in at that point. Jobs are good. I mean, these sheep. What's going on with these sheep? They are crazy. Have they eaten something really random? They're just on it today. Really? All right, fair enough. I mean, don't get me wrong. Expand it all you like. I mean, it's a decent shed. Let's get it down. Obviously, get your wool on the go. Your sheep just they're on one. They're on one today. All right, fair enough. Right, next up is Square Silos. This is by Agrohandler, 27.43 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under silos. Now, we've got 3 different versions there. All 3 of these you can change the colour. So if you click on them and then customization, you then got the option to, well, let's face it, do whatever colour you like. You're going to change the red bits into whatever colour you go for. So you've got the small version here, 235,400 litre capacity. We then got the medium version, which has got a 1.07 million litre capacity, although that's only going to do wood chips and straw, according to that icon. And then we've got the largest one at the end, which is also only going to do wood chips and straw, which is going to hold 1.5 million litres of wood chips and straw. I mean, the first one didn't say anything. But okay. Now, as you may well have guessed, they are going to put a little bit of ground deformation down. And the small one seems to be all right. I mean, you come up to it like that. You open up that door. There's your loading in point. We can even go up the side. Oh, we can go all up the top. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. I mean, there's not much you can do up here, mind you. But you can still go upstairs. That is all right. And we'll come back out. And then obviously we'll carry on. And then round the back is going to be the taking out point of your silo, just there at the pipe. Now, we'll come to these. These are interesting. Can we go in that door? No, we can't. All right, fair enough. Now, you're going to have some sort of issue, obviously, with your ground deformation, as we can see at the front. So these have just been placed down as they are, and this is what happens. Right, no problem. So you've got that door that opens. That's your loading in point. You then come across, and we've got this door that opens. All right. Have we got to go inside? I'll close the door. Turn the light on. Open the door. There we are. Open up the big door that side. I've got to open up. Oh, no. That's it. Job done. Fair enough. We then got a loading in point there. 2 loading in points. So one's going to be for your straw. One's going to be for your wood chips. All right. Where's the taking out point? Let's have a little look. It's got to be around here, isn't it? Open up that door. Oh, we've got to go inside here. Here we go. We've got to open the doors from the inside. All right. Fair enough. A little different. There's your taking out point just there. So does that mean we can go out this way? Oh, it does. Got a little drive-through option. Does that mean we can go in here? No, this door's still not open. Oh, yeah. Got open door option there. Open that door. What's that do? Oh, it's that one. Right. Still too close to the other one. All right. Fair enough. So what I've done on the third one is obviously place it down and it's given us this massive hump. And then I've just softened it out. I put a bit of a slope in and then away we go. We're all good. So no problem on that one. So we're going to come up to here. You can have the same sort of thing. Got to open up the small door and then open up the big doors inside. Although this one has got a drive-through option on the loading in point. And I haven't put an off-ramp in. So that may be a bit of an issue. So your loading in point just there for that one. And then obviously over here, is going to be your loading in point for, I'm assuming that's for your wood chips. We'll give that a go. That's what it looks like anyway. And then again, same as before, you got your taking out point round the back. Now it does say in real life the square silos contain both a grain dryer and a storage space in the absence of moisture in the grain, and the need for drying in these buildings function like a regular silo in the game. Right, okay, that's where you got the two things. Okay, got you. These types of buildings are usually built on a slope to optimize the placement of functions inside the building, which is probably why we're getting a giant, great big hump at the front. So if you're on a map that's quite hilly, these might fit in a treat. Next up is chicken fattening. This is by Castor DS Agro Service, 23.38 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under chickens. Now, we've got three different versions here. We've got the small one, which is going to hold 1,250 chickens. It's going to cost you 234 grand. We then got the medium one, which is going to cost you 286 grand. It's going to hold 2,500. And then at the end, we have got this 5,000 chickens going to go in there. Yeah. All right, fair enough. That's going to cost you 356 grand. Now, on the end as well, we have got this. Now, this is going to be a manure loading station. It's going to hold 400,000 litres. Now, there is a note on the website that says about this. It says the base game does not normally support straw manure for chickens. Manure production and manure consumption, therefore, only work on maps with customised animal XML. Right, I'm on 4 fields. I have no idea. But I do have a problem. Yeah, see, I've got me chickens in here. So I've gone and got 1,250 chickens. That's great. I've put straw in just in case. 50,000 litres of straw. And I've also put in 50,000 litres of wheat. I've run it for 2 months. I've got no eggs. There's nothing that's spawned here. And they are supposed to spawn eggs. I mean, we've got no manure coming out either. So I imagine this map doesn't support it. I don't know if it needs an update. It's not working for me anyway. Alright, we'll just leave it at that. Next up is the GDR PigBarn. This is by Hellraiser, 25.65 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under pigs. Now, it's going to cost you 32 grand, and it's going to hold, well, it's going to hold 50 bacon sandwiches. Let's face it, you're going to come in here like that. There we are. Open up that door. Then inside here is going to be your animal dialogue box. Obviously, 50 pigs in. Jobs are good. I've got a bit of storage space around here. Not bad, you know, you can get some pallets of pig food, that sort of thing. Place them in there for ready for when they're hungry. And we're coming here. Where's the pigs? Oh, there's one. I've got 50 in here. But okay. I mean, all right, mate. You just chilling? How's it going? You have a sit down. You chill, don't worry about it. You then got your loading in point for your food and your straw in the middle. Now, you have got this bit upstairs. There's some doors on the outside. There doesn't seem to be any easy way to get up there. So you got your slurry taking out point just there. I mean, we got this. It looks like a trap door, so don't be falling in a slurry pit or anything. So we'll open up that door like that. I mean, you have got those doors up there. Potentially could open. You got the little hatch you could go through, but you are going to need some sort of like telehandler just to get up there. There's no like staircase or no ladder that I've found anyway that you can get up there. But all right, fair enough. I mean, older style building, looks a bit dishevelled. So if you are going for that look on your farm, this should fit in nicely. Next up is Fertilizer Production. This is by DS Power, 6.97 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under production chains. Now, it's going to cost you 25 grand to place down, and you're going to be making some solid fertilizer, so why not? I mean, you've got your loading, well, you're taking out point just there. Your loading in point is by this hatch, so you open up like that. There we are, there's the trigger, it comes out like magic. And we'll come over here, you've got your production chain menu, so you're making solid fertilizer, so you need to put in lime, manure, and water. Alright, fair enough. I mean, I do like that hatch. That is awesome. I mean, it doesn't take up much space either, so you can easily fit it in, let's face it, most farms. That's not bad at all. Right, next up is the Lizard Cow Barns. This is by Mr. Hector, 67.37 megabyte on the download, and to be fair, the cow barns, plural. Yeah, I think that is definitely the word for it. So, as you can imagine, under cows, we've got all these. So, they're all going to be the same, basically. So, if you go to the customization option, wow, that was very in in the sky. Okay, fair enough. You do have the option to put some solar panels on. So you can have it on the left, on the right, both, or nothing. And then you can change the colour of the end bit if you really wanted to. Now, so obviously the customization options are going to be the same on all of them. This is where they change a little. So we've got the standard one that's going to hold 209 cows, and you got your pasture, you got your fence, you can expand it, great, no problem. You then got the option to have a feeding robot on the side. We then come across to without the pasture, which to be fair, these two have 209 cow capacity, and then that one has 200. Obviously, a little bit less space inside. And then we've got the without pasture, but with the feeding robot, 200 capacity again. We'll then move up in the world. We've got the bigger version, so 313 cow capacity on that one. You then got the same version, but with a feeding robot. You then got the no pasture version, which drops it down to 300 capacity. And then you got the no pasture and feeding robot at the end. Man, that is it's a lot of cow pounds, I must admit. But all right, fair enough. So we've got our taking out point of our milk just here. We've got all these gates that open. I mean, it is great. I mean, the building itself is awesome. I mean, I like that. Little gate there, little tarpaulin coming down. Got your straw going in there with your bales. You then got this door that opens up as well. So it's like a little cover that comes out of the way, and then the gate inside moves. That is ace. We'll open up that door. No, we do open one like that. There we are. That's it. That's better. Inside there, it's going to be a loading in point for your food. When you have got another door at the other end, you can have a drive-through option on the go, which is all right. And we're going to come back out there. These two doors open as well. You got your slowly taken out point just there. Then we'll come down here. Goes around the corner here. Is going to be your animal dialogue box. So you got it just there. So 209 cows going in. Great. And then if you fancy bringing the trailer down, open up that door and you're away. Alright, fair enough. Now, obviously, the only choice you are going to need to make is, do you have a pasture or not, or do you have a robot or not? Me, personally, I'd steer clear of robots. They don't tend to work for me, but alright, fair enough. But what you have got down this end, I think this is ace. You got, look, obviously you got your drive-through option for your feeding point in the middle, and then you got this gate that opens. You got the old cattle grid there, so they can't run out. The old beef burgers, you stay there, mate. Yeah, alright, whatever. Alright, carry on. We'll shut the gates quick. I like that. That's ace. Right, next up is Drive Over Bunker Silo. This is by Dr. XML. 2.67 megabyte on the download. And I remember these in 22. These were awesome. Oh, I like these. I like these a lot. Now, you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under silos. So we've got two different versions. We've got 100 grand. That's going to be the big one. And then 65 grand is going to be the small one. They both work the same. We'll go back to that in a minute. And you've also got a little ramp. So if you fancied like a side piece on the go, jobs are good. Now, obviously, it's standard bunker silo. Great, no problem. Come in there, get your chaff level, get your compaction level. Great. But what makes these awesome is this bit here. Open here. Well, it says close gate and open at the same time, but here we go. It's like something out of Thunderbirds. This is awesome. I mean, it's like these bits going to go right, raise up and then fold over. Then you can drive over the top. Dear oh dear. Gotta stay to that. That is awesome. And obviously, once they're done, it's now a solid platform for you to come over on your tractor. Dear oh dear. So obviously, you come up the ramp, whether you come up the end one or you go for the side one, that's entirely up to you. And then when you're there, you just overload. It's going to go through the grating. When it's ready, come on trailer. I've come halfway down. It's going to fall through the railings and then away you go. You can start your compaction and you're going to be great. No problem. Now, what if I leave my tractor there? Then I come down and I accidentally press the open the gate situation. Oops. Dude. Oh, it's stuck. It's stuck. That's dear, oh dear. Got my tractor stuck on the side of the silo. Oh, would you believe it? That is awesome. Next up is Bucket Hydraulic 3 points. This is by LVT Modding, 7.14 megabyte on the download, and the website says it should be found under trailers. It's actually under miscellaneous, but all right, fair enough. Now, it's going to require 100 horsepower from your tractor, 3.5 grand to buy, and obviously it's going to hook up to your 3 points. It's going to give you a little bit of a bucket on there, no problem. So you're going to be able to tip out as well because it's got the old hydraulics on the go. So you've got the old configurations. You've got bale trailer, capacity 3000, or bale trailer. I'm not quite sure why you'd have bale trailer as a bucket, mind you. You're going to want a capacity on it, so go with that one anyway. You got your brands, you got your Lizard, your John Deere, your Joskin, your Class, Fendt, New Holland, and then back to Lizard again. All right, I mean, you've got a small little bit of, a small pile of grain that you need to move around. Yeah, this should sort it out nicely. Next up is the Lizard R290 roller. This is by AW Modding ABP team. 2.16 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under rollers. Now, it's got a 3 meter working width, 3 mile an hour working speed. So if you've got a big field, 3 meters and 3 mile an hour, it's going to take you a while. Just saying that. 2,845 to buy. There is no customization options, but obviously it hooks up to your 3 point and you're going to get some rolling done. But if you're thinking 3 mile an hour, now that's a bit slow. Well, they've got a faster version, an 8 mile an hour one. It's still 3 meter. So if you're still doing a large field, it's going to take you, well, a little bit less time than the other one, but all right, fair enough. Right, next up is the Lizard Atena I. This is by Presermic 23433, 8.14 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under cultivators. Now, it requires 50 horsepower from your tractor. It's got a 2.5 meter working width and a 9 mile an hour working speed for $5,500. Although it's actually $6,000 because the configuration gives you the chance to change it a little bit. So you've got 2.5, a 2.7, or a 3 meter. So it's $6,000. Why say base price 5.5 and then put the cheapest one £500 extra? It's just saying. We'll carry on anyway. You then got your option on the back of tubular roller, string roller, and then back to tubular roller. Then you got hydro pack hook spacing. So we got wide or narrows. All right, what's that changing? Oh, it's those bits on the back for the old 3 points. Okay, fair enough. Then you got your main color, which is going to be any one of those. It's going to be the main color. And then your roller color is obviously going to be your roller. Now, to be fair, I think this is quite smart actually, because you get it all hooked up to the back of your tractor. Great. You can then hook up something else behind it on the old 3 point, but it actually keeps it out of the way. So if we lowered the old cultivator down, you do a bit of cultivating in the field that you want to do. And if you think, oh, do you know what, right, I'm going to do a bit of seeding in there as well, you can lower that down and do 2 jobs in one. I think just the whole thing of having it, you can just move it and just do cultivating on its own, and you haven't got to go back to your farm to sort it out. I think that's ace. Right, next up is the Horsch Tiger 6DT. This is by Puzzcap, 10.37 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under cultivators. Now, this is going to require 300 horsepower from your tractor. It's got a 6 meter working width and a 9 mile an hour working speed for $39,000. The options you have are Trelleborg, Vredestein, and then Trelleborg on your tyres. You also have the option of designs. You've got EU or US versions. So if you go for the EU, it's got the warning signs. If they go for the US, it's got nothing. So obviously they don't care about stuff like that, but all right, fair enough. And next up is the Rabe MKE 300 and Multidrill M300. This is by Privet Yogi, 6.66. Oh, it's a devil download on the download. And you're going to find it under seed. Well, you're going to find it under 2 different places because we've got this bit here. Now, this is actually going to be found under cultivators. So that's going to require 95 horsepower from your tractor, 3 meter working width, and a 7 mile an hour working speed for $15,000. Now, you do have the option to have the old rear hydraulics on it, which is interesting. You then got your framework, which is going to be blue or blue. Now, to go on the back of that, well, to be fair, it could go separately. It has got a 3 point on it as well. It's going to be the old drill unit. Now, this is going to be doing your standard seeding shenanigans. So 600 litre capacity, 85 horsepower requirement, and a 3 meter working width as well for $13,000. You then got your Trelleborg, your BKT, and then Trelleborg on your tyres. You got without tramline or with tramline. All right, putting those on the back. All right, fair enough. You then got attacher type, so 4 rear hydraulics, and I'll put my teeth in, or for power harrow. So if you've got a power harrow that's got a 3 point on the back, obviously go for that one. If not, you got the hydraulic one, go for that one. And then you got your frame, which is going to be the same as before. And like the previous concoction we had, you can lower it down and have it separately. That's ace. Right, next up is the Bredal F2WS 4000. This is by Poscap, 4.63 megabyte on the download. I'm going to find it under fertilizer spreaders. Now, this is going to do your solid fertilizer and your lime. It's going to do it at a 4,000 litre capacity and a 42 metre working width. Now, I'd imagine that's going to be for your solid fertilizer. Lime's normally a little bit smaller than that, but all right, fair enough. 28 grand to buy. The only option is going to be to change the main colour of the actual frame. To be fair, that looks all right. It's stainless steel version. I'd go with that over the red. Yeah, very nice. Right, next up is the Samson Agro PG II 20. This is by Black Panther Modding, 9.64 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under slurry tankers. Now, it's got a 20,000 litre capacity, 200 horsepower requirement for my tractor, and a 13 mile an hour work speed. It's got no working width because it's got 3 points on the back, so you will need to hook up some sort of boom hose to get it all going. But all right, fair enough. 120 grand price tag if you don't go for the wide tyres. So why put them on as standard? Naughty, very naughty. So you got your Trelleborg, your Michelin, your BKT, Raderstein, Nokian, and then back to Trelleborg again. I mean, as soon as you go in, it puts the wide tyres on. I mean, don't get me wrong. The wide tyres do look ace, I must admit, but not as standard equipment. All right, fair enough. So capacities, you got your standard, you got your big, which is going to be putting up to 35,000 litre capacity. You got very big, which is 50,000. And then standard. So it's not doing anything in the size. It's just like how much it can hold. So, all right, no problem. Main colour is going to be the main tank, like that. And then your rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. All right, fair enough. Right, next up is the water trailer. This is by FS25, 7.07 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it under animal barrels. Now, as the name would suggest, you are only going to be able to do water with this. Nothing else. Right, fair enough. 2,000 litre capacity. It's going to cost you 2 grand to buy. You do have the option on wheel brands. You got your BKT, your Trelleborg, and then back to your BKT again. You got your main colour. To be fair, galvanised looks all right, but we'll go with a different one. That's going to be doing the framework there. You got your trough colour. It's going to be the bit at the back. Oh, I like that. So it's like you park it in your field, empty the water out into little buckets. Your animals that are out in a pasture can drink out the back of it. That is all right indeed. So obviously that's the trough colour just there. And then your rim colour is going to be any one of those. Oh, I like that. I mean, for the role play, don't get me wrong, right? You're going to have to put your water into some sort of trough in the pasture. But if you just put this in the side of the field and just let the cows, the sheep, whatever you got in the pasture, just come and have a little drink. That is all right indeed. Right, next up is something that's got a great name. Oh, it really has. The Lizard Bazuca 15,000. This is by Schlüter Modding, 6.83 megabyte on the download. You can get yourself a Bazuca for 8.5 grand. Oh, I love it. That is awesome. So, as the name would suggest, 15,000 litre capacity. It's going to require 75 horsepower from your tractor. And as I said previously, 8.5 grand price tag. You can then change the wheel brands. You've got Continental, Trelleborg, Lizard, then Continental again, although they look all right. I mean, chunky tyres. We have got some different versions on the go. Got some twins if you wanted to. That is all right. Then you've got your side stickers. You've got no or yes. It's going to be putting that there. Then you've got your main colour. We'll go for red. It's going to do that bit. Your design colour, we'll go for white so it stands out. It's going to do those bits. You then got your design colour again. We'll go for blue. It's going to do the cover. And then your rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. Yeah. Go get a Bazuca. Take that to your farm. Right, next up is the Schlüter 2500 VL. This is by MTL Modding Team. 5.99 megabyte on the download. And definitely, well, for me, it looks like an old school tractor. I don't know if it is, to be fair, but we're going to roll with that anyway. So it's got a 240 horsepower engine, 25 mile an hour top speed, and 124 grand price tag. You can then change the engine setup. So you can go for an auto or a manual. So you're going to go from the, well, it says automatic and then a power shift gearbox, and then manual and power shift, and then back to the original. So 240 is the engine in total. So the engine setup doesn't change. It's a gearbox. Labeled it wrong, but all right, fair enough. Wheel brands, you got your Trelleborg, your Michelin, and then your Trelleborg again. And we've got the usual shenanigans on the go. Got some wides, that's all right. Got some twins, That's always good. Fair enough. Beacon lights, we've got none. We've got original both, original right, left, LED both, LED right and left, and then back to nothing. Air horn, yes or no. So that's those on the roof, just for aesthetics. So fair enough. It's a front attacher. We've got a hitch. We've got a front hydraulic or a hitch. I'm quite sure. I mean, the front hydraulic, didn't they normally have hitches anyway? Yeah, I'd go with that one. All right, fair enough. Main colour is going to be any one of those. And then your front hydraulic colour, if you wanted to paint it separate, is going to be that one. All right, no problem. Then you've got your exhaust colour, which is going to be the exhaust. And then you got your seat cover colour. All right, we'll go over blue for that. Why not? And you got your decal colour. We'll go over yellow. All right, where's the decal? That is interesting. Maybe I just haven't got. Maybe it's too bright. Maybe the main colour is too bright. We'll go over black. Ah, there we are. Now we can see the colours. So decal colour there. We'll go over pink. That's it. That's it. There's your decals on the sides. No problem. And you got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. Now, something interesting about this. I mean, obviously we've got doors that open on a lot of tractors. No problem. So that's nothing new. But these, they slide. LB and RB and right stick left and right. The doors don't open. They slide open. And you got the LB and RB and left stick left and right. It's going to open that side. I like that. Sliding doors rather than just the standard opening ones. That's ace. Right, next up is the Farmall Lamborghini and Hurlimann tractor pack. This is by Black Eyes Modding, 24.43 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find them on the small tractors. Now, this has got a 70 horsepower engine, 24 mile an hour top speed, and a 45 grand price tag. You can then change the brands. You've got Explorer, you then got Grand Prix, you then got H4XB, so that's going to be your Hurlimann, and then back to Explorer. So Explorer is going to be your Farmall, the Grand Prix is going to be your Lamborghini, and then the H4XB is your Hurlimann. No problem. Then change the engine setup. So we've got 70 horsepower, 80 horsepower, then go to 90, and then back to 70. So 90 is your top version. Then you got your Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Lizard, and then Trelleborg again. I gotta stay to them. Iron wheels. Yeah, they never look right. No, I can't do it. Can't do it. They don't look right. Then you got your usual shenanigans on the go. And you got some what? Oh, indeed. They fill out nicely on the wides. I do like that. And we've got twins going the other way. I like the wides. They look ace. Then you got beacons. So you got your left beacon, you got your right beacon, you got both, and then nothing. Then come down, you got your 3 points, you got no, 160 kilo additional weight, 320, 480, yes on the old 3 point. I'm saying yes, that looks a little short on the bottom end, but okay, fair enough. And then nothing. Then you got your front loader attacher, you got quickie, Hauer, or nothing. Now, this is just one of two because they've got the bigger brother. Now, it's got the same basic options as the previous one, but the horsepower is going to be a little bit bigger. So it starts off 150 horsepower engine, goes to 170, and then back to 150 again. Now, you do have the laser as the Farmall, the 1X06 as the Lamborghini, and then the H6170T as your Hurlimann. So you go for whichever one you want. To be fair, I like that small one. The small one with the wide tyres. That is looking ace. Next up, we got the MAN TGX Semi-truck Pack. This is by HR Force and Fahrzeug 98.29 megabyte on the download. And I'm not going to say this right now. These have got loads, absolutely loads of combinations. So we've basically got two trucks and then a back that's going to go on. So the back itself is going to be a crane. Obviously, you load your stuff in. Jobs are good. So you've got your colour option for your body, which is going to be that bit. You then got your seat colour for the crane. We'll go over red. It's going to do the seat. Well, up there, or the inside of the seat. Okay, fair enough. Your seat shell colour. We'll go for pink. It's going to do that bit. You then got your crane colour, which is going to be the crane, obviously. And then you got your hydraulic colour. It's going to be that bit. Your claw colour is obviously going to be the claw. Great. No problem. So obviously this is going to go on the back of the two lorries, whichever one you decide to go for. Now you've got two different versions here. They both got the same horsepower engine. One weighs a bit more than the others. So we've got the TGX 18 series, 500 to 880 horsepower with a weight of 9.3 ton. And then we've got the 26 series, 500 to 880 horsepower with 12.1 ton. So if that makes a difference to do, basically one's got 2 axles, right? Fair enough. And the other one has got 3 axles. So you go for whichever one you want. We're going to take a look at this one because the options are vast. And I'd imagine they're probably going to be the same on both of them. But we'll go over it anyway. So first up, we've got the off-road agricultural front bumper version. Then got a street version or the off-roader. Then got engine setup. So as I said before, so 500, 640, and 880 is your top version. You got your Continental, Nokian, BKT, and then back to Continental on the tyres. You got a couple of different versions on the go. I mean, have we got the sports tyre? Yes, there we are. Got the old sports tyres for the win. Sun shield, so we've got small, middle, big, and then nothing. Then got wind deflectors, yes or no. So that puts it around the side windows. Horns, yes or no. That's going to be for decoration on the roof. Then got side panels, design 1, 2, or nothing. So that's going to be obviously at the side, as the name would suggest. Headlight protection, yes or no. Reflector strips, yes or no, down the side. You then got extra radiator, yes or no. All right, where's it? Oh, it's in the middle. All right, fair enough indeed. Back bar, yes or no. All right, so it's putting that bar at the top there. Okay, fair enough. Windscreen stone guard, yes or no. You then got your chassis cover, yes or no. It's going to be that bit there. You then got your roof bar, yes or with a light or nothing. You then got your bull bar, yes and with a light and nothing. I mean, to be fair, we had a lorry like this, the old Volvo from HR Force the other day, and it seems very similar. We're just going to go with that anyway. Spoiler. So we got yes with the lights. That's going to be around the rim of it all. And then nothing. You then got your high exhaust. So we can have no or yes. It's going to be put the exhaust there like that. Then got vehicle wrapping. So we've got design 1, design 2, design 3, 4, and then nothing. Do you know what? I quite like that one actually. A little subtle. All right, fair enough. Flashlights, yes or no. So that's going to be putting them on the bull bar. You then got your extras license plate, yes or no. All right, where's that? So it's not there. Oh, it's at the top, in the middle. So that should be extra license plate. But all right, attaches. So we got standard. We got a trailer hitch on the back, a SWAT body. All right, so you're probably going to need that for the old crane grab on the back. Yeah, you're going to need that definitely. And then you go back to the standard version. You're not going to want the 5th wheel hitch on the back. Right, no problem. Lollipop mirror lamps. So we've got yes or no. Then you've got extra extinguisher. Yes or no on the back there. Then you've got beacon light. So we've got no. Number 1. Number 2. Right, let's see how far this goes up. Because, oh, only 5. Only 5. That's a surprise, I must admit. So bumper bottom center color. Silver, black, colour or silver. No, I'd leave it silver. That's all right. Windows, you got your standard. You got your tinted 1, tinted 2, and then back to standard. You got decorations. You got yes or no. So that's going to be all that junk on the left hand side, like brooms and shovels and whatever. Then you got marker lights. So front right. Oh, it's just by the steps. Okay, fair enough. Cabin above the colour. This is going to be exactly the same as what yesterday. Top bit, yeah, cabin in the middle. That's going to be that bit. And then you got your cabin below, which is going to be that bit. And then you got your mirror caps colour. Yeah, this is exactly the same as it was yesterday. Oh, a ton of options. Dear, oh dear. Obviously, you get the idea. I mean, you can colour everything in. I'm not going to sit through and go through all that, but that's a ridiculous amount of colour. I mean, don't get me wrong. You're not gonna find probably the same combination anytime soon. But all right, fair enough. Another one. Right, next up is the map The Countryside Lands. This is by Grimlock RRC, 204.88 megabyte on the download. And there is a couple of required mods, 6 in total, and they are by the same modder that made the map. So fair enough, not a problem. Now, if you come on New Farmer, you're going to use 1,672 slots. And if you come on New Farmer, obviously, you're going to own a bit of land, which is going to be this bit in the middle. So field 31, 32, 33, and then 82. Also, you're going to own this pasture land up the top, number 70. And also, this area over here, number 1, and then number 15. Right, so the start farm, here we are. So right off the road, we're straight in, no problem. We've got our house here, and we've got a diesel tank. So you've got, that's going to be holding, to be fair, that's full. That's all right, so that's normally like 5,000 litres. You're taking out point there. So you've got your sleep trigger and your wardrobe trigger just there as well. A little bit of a carport on the side. You then got your silo, load in and load out just there. We've got a second silo, which is going to be for your wood chips, chaff, and grass, according to that sign. Okay, fair enough. Round here, you've got jet wash. Obviously, once you've been out in the field, jobs are good and get yourself all cleaned off. And you've got a couple of sheds. That's going to be for storing your stuff. I mean, you've even got some bags of seeds. That's all right. That's all right indeed. Now, over the road is going to be the 2 pastures that you've got to start with down the bottom. Anyway, right by your start farm. Now, one's going to be for your sheep. One's going to be for your cows. So you've got your sheep on the left-hand side. So food goes in. Then got your animal dialogue box. You've also got your water. See, how much does this hold? Let's have a little look. So that is going to hold 30 sheep. And imagine the pallet spawn point is going to be around here somewhere. I mean, it's overgrown. Can't really see the old hatch marking area. But okay, fair enough. Then got your animal dialogue box for your cows. So that's going to hold 17 in there. So you chuck your food in and your water as well. That's not going to give you any milk. So that is just going to be a pasture for fattening them up. All right, fair enough. So that's your main start farm. Now, we've also got this little area over here. So over here is going to be, to be fair, it's a production chain. And you got yourself a little bio tank here as well. So you could go, actually, what is that? What is that giving us? It's visit bio tank. It's going to be giving you something. I imagine, I don't know, diesel maybe? Potentially. We'll go with that. Can we go in here? No, we can't. All right, fair enough. We'll carry on. We've got this little facility as well. So this is going to be a production chain for you. So you've got your loading in point and taking out point at the front. So out of this, you're going to be making some solid fertilizer. So you put your digestate, manure or slurry in. Get some solid fertilizer out, which is all right. Then we're going to come up here because there's also this silo. Yeah, just here. Okay, fair enough. That's a stone silo, isn't it? So come in here, grab some stones, no problem. All right, fair enough. That being said, a little production chain here as well. Interesting. Do we own this? No, we don't. Cement factory. Got to buy that. Okay, fair enough. Stone factory. Well, stone silo it is then, just up this end. Now, we do have some other things across the other side of the map. So we're going to come up to this one, which is going to be our cow pen. Obviously, this is going to be out in a pasture as well. So similar sort of thing as the one by the start farm. So you load your food in, your water. You've got your animal dialogue box as well, just there. So that's going to hold 25. Now, there is this little area here. You could potentially use this as a start farm. Can we go into these doors? And it looks like we can. I wonder if we have to buy the land first. Let's zoom in. Click on that. Can we buy the land? No, we can't. Right, fair enough. So just for decoration. This is what it is. Now, there is one other little piece up here that we do own. All right, mate. All right, you carry on. Hey, that's a nice little workshop, that is. You got a little farm shop there. I like that. It's all right, indeed. Well, carry on. Carry on. I'll pass this shop. Because we have got another little facility that we own on New Farmer, which is just here. So load in and load out at the front just there. Click on that one. And that's going to be for doing your lime. So you put your stones in that you get from the old stone, silo down the bottom here. Well, in the middle just there. Get the stones from there. Chuck them in there. Make yourself some lime. Oh, very nice. Very nice indeed. Now, obviously, New Farmer, you do start off with some equipment. And we have seen a bit as we've gone around the start farm. So what do we start with? Well, we've got quite a bit, to be fair. So we've got the Agromaz Aquila Drive 400. The Agromaz POV 5XL. The Amazon Senio 4000 Super. The Abbey 550. the Albert pallet fork, the Bredal K105, the Class Evian 450, the Class Vario 620, the Capello Diamant 8, the LO Duet 7300, the International Series 200, the Kuhn Maxima 3 TIL, the Kuhn TF1512, the Kuhn VB3190, the Karcher HDS 918-4M, the Massey Ferguson MF5713S, the Massey Ferguson MF7S 190, the Nardi N40BX, the Pottinger Rotocare V12400, the Quickie Q6M, the Reiter Respiro R7RD, the Rudolph TDK 301RP, the Tenwinkle FGB 600, and the Tenwinkle Guscom 1250. Now, where it comes from the map perspective, now it is based in France. I mean, it's fictitious, but a French, resemblance. And it was made, according to the website, with the French-speaking community of Farm Simulator. All right, that's all right indeed. Now, it's not flat, so you are going to have a little bit of rolling hill landscaping on the go. So you will need to potentially keep an eye on your power with your tractor. That being said, not bad at all. And the last mod for the day is the map Chambergo 2K25. This is by Airshabber, 328.11 megabyte on the download. And there is going to be a couple of required mods, 2 in fact. So fair enough on that one. Now, it says in the old blog on the old website that this was out on 19. I don't remember this being out on 19, but then again, that's when I first started my farming career. So great to see it back for 25 anyway. Now, if you're coming on New Farmer, you're going to be using 1,684 slots. And also, if you're on New Farmer, you're going to be owning a bit of land, sort of in the middle-ish to the left. It's going to be this area here. So you've got Farmland 99, which is going to be your main farm. Then you've got Field 30, and then Field 31, and then Field 32. Right, no problem. So what do we have on the start farm? So we come here off the road. We've got a little bit of a storage area there. So we've got seed box, fertilizer unit on the back. That's all right. Got a bit more storage here. I mean, are these bunker silos? Let's have a little look. No, they're not. Right, no problem. I mean, I do like the little tunnel. I mean, this whole map is elevations, and you got a great bridge further up the map, which is awesome. It's just when you got this like overpass here going over your farmyard. I like it. I do like it. You got a bit more storage in here. So there's some of your tractors and your equipment. So a bit more storage around here again. We'll go under this overpass. I like that. I like that a lot. You got this little storage area here. So you could potentially load a trailer up there with a forklift truck. Pull your trailer in. Get your forklift truck up level, which is all right indeed. We're going to come around here into this bit. And here is going to be your workshop. So you've got your workshop trigger just by the door there. And we've got a little diesel tank as well. So that is going to hold 10,000 litres. We'll come out of there and we've got a bit more storage around here. Carry on again, a bit more storage. You're not really going to be short on spaces to store your stuff, which is all right. So a bit more equipment and storage around there. Again, another little lean-to on the outside, which is great. A bit more storage again. And around here again, a bit more. How many times am I going to say? Well, let's leave it at that. There's plenty of storage. We'll leave it at that. We'll carry on. It's another shed. Right, great. Well, you got a bunker silo just there for you, which is all right. So get your chaffage done on the go. So more shed space as well. So we're going to come back round here. I mean, there's loads of space, which is great. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's entirely up to you. I mean, it might be a lot of upkeep, especially if it's got dirty. But all right, you got your silo, load in and load out at the front just there. We're going to come up this ramp. I mean, this is what I mean about the map. You got these little elevation changes. You come up the ramp here. We're going to go into this gate. No, I did want to go in that gate. Where's the gate trigger? Is that not? Oh, miles away. Went for the wrong bit. Dear, oh dear. Carry on. So you got your sleep trigger, and then you got your wardrobe trigger by the house. And then we're up to this overpass that we walked under earlier on. That is ace. Oh, I do like that. I do like that indeed. Now, there is a couple of extra things. If you come down to the shop menu, you'll see under productions, there's 2 new things on this one. So you've got your cherries just there, and you've also got further up a little apple. just there. Now, what you're going to need to do to get those, you're going to need to buy 2 other areas. So you're going to need to buy number 88, that one. So we'll buy that. Yes, thank you very much. You're also going to need to come across here and buy number 89. Yes, thank you very much. Now, at number 89 is going to be the apple orchard. And here they are, the old apple trees. But you haven't got to worry about that sort of anyway. So you come over here, you put your water in, and you come to the production chain menu just here. And then obviously start it all up. Apples are going to be produced. Jobs are good. Now, for the cherry trees, which are going to be found here at number 88, is basically the same thing. You put water in, you get cherries out. So you put water in at the IBCs, and then you get your cherry shenanigans on the go there. Water in, cherries out, jobs are good. There we are. Fair enough. Right, so that's your extras, we'll say anyway. Obviously, as we was going around the start farm, yeah, we saw a bit of equipment. So what do we start with? Well, we've got a decent setup, to be fair. We've got the Agromaz Aquila Drive 400, the Amazon ZATS 3200, the Abbey 1600, the Albert Pallet Fork, the Class Evian 450, the Class Vario 620, the Fliegel ASW 271, the Horsch Maestro 9.75 RX, the Horsch Partner 1600 FT, the Hauer XB 150, the International Series 200, the Chrome Vendro 820 Highland, the Kuhn Prolander 7500, the Nardi N40 BX, the Pottinger Faro 4010D, the Stemmer Trius, the Same Virtus 125 RV Shift, the 10 Winkle Pack 1000 x2, the Zetor Crystal HD 170, and the Zunhammer ULT 18. Now, as I said as we started on this map, I didn't play this on 19, so for me, it's a new one. And to be fair, it's looking all right. It's not flat. You have got these different level changes. I mean, this bit here, by the start farm, I mean, you've got this road that goes under, well, over the tunnel, and you've got this overpass. I mean, that just looks awesome. I mean, yeah, if you've got small tractors, you might struggle a little bit going up some of the hills. I mean, like this one up here, that seems a little bit steep, so you may need to bear that in mind once you get going, but I think this is ace. So we've got a few updates as well. So we've got the map Lapinki by Griniak and Feathery. Now it says a new save is not required, but it is recommended. So, alright, you go with whatever. We've also got the map The Star of Ease by Griniak and Feathery. Now, again, it's saying a new save is not required, but you may want it for all the updates to take effect. We've also got the John Deere 710 by Fred Modding, the Random Rototrem Bulk Carrier by Agromods, the Wheel Loader Shovel Pack by MacTrucker 921, the American Midwest Cold Storage by ICAS, the Farm Building Set by Hellraiser, the Supermarket Productions by Let's Be Having Moo, the 3-Star Garage by ICAS, the American Midwest Maintenance Shop by ICAS, the Hand Liftable Consumables by Mr. Hector, the Cortiva Circular Pivot Irrigation by Hispano, the SDF Open Fill Pack by Asbunker, the Farm Production by Cavalier Roy and Monkey Show Modding, the Bunker Wall Set by Modding Association Baxter, and the Buildings Package by Presermic 23433.